Hi, this is Quinn, and welcome to Quintech. Well, in this video, I'm taking on a whole new process. I've had to learn a lot of things, and in my previous videos, I shot everything kind of fast and loose, but in this one, it's kind of slow and tight, because I had to learn a whole lot of new things. So what's going on here? I got a new device. I got a composite capture device, and I ordered this through Amazon, but it was coming from China. And I know earlier in the year, anything you order from China took like 2 months to get here. And when I put it on my Amazon order list, it said, oh, it may not be here until December 16th. This was like at the beginning of November. And it actually came in about 3 weeks. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I've been fiddling with it. I've been trying to learn it. And so that's what this video is mostly about, is my video capture device and how I'm using that. But I've also been working with this program called OBS that a lot of streamers use. I could go on to do that soon, now that I figured out how to use it. Basically what it is, it's like a capture device, a capture software. You can capture your screen, so you can show your desktop, whatever's going on your desktop, or you can connect it to other devices, which I have done. I connected it to my capture device. I connected it to I had to figure out this new software because I kind of wanted everything was silent. I was capturing my video, but I couldn't do any commentary over it. So I was like, well, how could I do this? I don't have a whole lot of um, technology to do this. And then I discovered this program called DroidCam. And this specifically DroidCam OBS that is specifically made to work with OBS. And what that is it's a software where you can use any cell phone, iPhone or Android, and use it as a webcam connected to your computer. And it's it's a new software. It's still, I think, in beta. I'm not sure, but it's working pretty good. And uh, when I first started using it, great. Someone is shredding their trees in the property behind me, so sorry about the noise. Um, so when you first start using it, it connects via Wi-Fi, and I thought, oh hey, this is kind of cool. I can just connect to Wi-Fi and not have to worry. And then my first recording, which I show in this video, um, when it's connected via Wi-Fi, it's kind of glitchy. The sound cuts out, and the video sometimes is choppy. So then after I made my first test recording, then I watched it and I was like, oh, this isn't cool. So I was like, well, is there a way I can hook up through USB? And lo and behold, there is a way. And with an Android, it's a little bit more complicated. You have to set your Android to uh, debugging mode and then do USB debugging, which you have to go in these menus and figure out how to do that. It was a little bit of a learning curve. This whole video has been a learning curve. So I've learned a lot, and it's kind of cool. So sorry about that. I had to take a little bit of a break. The people working behind me, all of a sudden the chainsaws started up, and I started hearing chainsaws and the chipper shredder grinding noises, and that was really annoying. So I had to take a break from my video. So, anyway, where was I? Um, so this OBS and this composite video capture device. Um, yeah, so like I say, it was a learning curve, and I had to learn how to connect this capture device up to this program called OBS that I'm using that allows me to link. I can record my screen, I can record from the capture device, and then I could also connect up my cell phone as a webcam and record myself in live video at the same time as capturing from my Atari 800XL. So, like I said, in the future, I could possibly do like a live stream where I'm like playing a game on my 800XL, and in a little box down in the corner, I could be talking about it at the same time with my face and everything. So in this video, I have a lot of challenges. I start recording with this program called ArcSoft that came with the capture device, and it was hard to set up the color. It doesn't look quite right. It looks okay with like newer devices like the PlayStation and the Dreamcast, but when I tried to hook up my vintage computer, the 800XL, it looked a little crappy. So I was trying to fiddle with the color settings built into it. Well, actually, they weren't even built into the program. I found out later. It was like the settings connected to the driver specifically for this device. So the same settings work on all these different programs. You can go to the same settings setup and work on all this stuff. So that didn't work so great. So what I eventually later did was I started using OBS to record, and in OBS I just set my basic settings to default and then just use this color correction effect to make it look better on the screen. And also with that ArcSoft software, it didn't record right. I'll show it in the video. It starts out, it looks okay, it's fine, everything is synced, and then as the video plays, one of the first videos I did was a lengthy gameplay video, about 20 minutes, and as time goes on, it starts to get out of sync. The audio keeps jumping forward. So you hear the sound, and then you don't see the action on the screen until a little bit later. And then it keeps getting worse and worse. But I show that in the video. I do sort of a time-lapse video where well, not a time-lapse, but I cut this 20-minute video into like a few 1 or 2 minute little sections throughout the video and show how it gets progressively worse. And then I start using OBS to record, and the recordings are doing good. My color settings, I still haven't quite figured that out. I'm going to have to tweak that a little bit more. It's not perfect, but I'm getting better at it. So it doesn't necessarily look like it should, but I don't see any like weird choppiness. Like my friend Adam told me that he used a cheap USB device a couple years back, and he tried to capture some footage from his Astrocade, and he had this Pac-Man game where the Pac-Man would move around, but when he used this capture device, the the movements of the mouth didn't work, so it just looked like the Pac-Man was going like this, and then back like this, and back like this, and I could see that being really annoying. But I didn't have that problem. My problem was more the colors. I couldn't get the colors quite right. But I'll be working on that, and I think I kind of got it. I kind of got it almost right towards the end, but I'm still going to work on it. But I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you for coming along with me on my journey. And this one has been quite a journey because it's been a lot of things I've had to figure out. It wasn't just picking up my camera and playing some games. I had to learn a lot of new software and some capturing, how to capture and how to set my color settings and this and that and the other. So it's been a lot, and that's why it took me an extra week to come out with this video. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you for coming along on my journey, and I hope you enjoy this, and if you don't, hey, well, then why are you still watching? And, well, without further ado, let's move on with my next video. Yay! So I just wanted to show off my current editing bay slash game capture setup. So, of course, the heart of the system is this Dell, and I don't know the exact model, but I got it recently. It's not brand new, but it works pretty good. So then I've got, well, this was my original tripod. I now have a much better tripod right here. And that's my old cell phone I did my first few videos on. But right now I'm using it as a webcam. I found this software. What is it called? DroidCam OBS. I found this software, DroidCam OBS, that turns basically any cell phone or tablet. It can turn it into a webcam to plug up to your computer. Now, when you first install it, it tries to connect over Wi-Fi, and I tried that at first, but my audio kept making like scratchy noises and cutting out, so I was like, I figured out how to hook it up via USB. So this is connected via USB, and as you can see, I'm right here, and that's coming through this phone's camera right now, and it also records the audio. So I don't have any like external mics or any of that kind of stuff. I do have some about 4 or 5-year-old US or Bluetooth headphones, but they don't seem to like to link up to laptops and desktops. They only link up to phones and tablets, so I can't use those. Alright, so here's my Atari 800 XL, and I'm still using the Sega Genesis controller, and this is plugged into here. I don't have it turned on right now. I have a basic setup. I was doing some screen recording of my desktop, but that plugs into there via this little USB 2.0 composite video capture card. So you just hook up the monitor cable from the AV cable from the game console or the game computer. Well, the Atari 8-bit. You just plug that into there, and then it goes into this screen, and I can play the game on screen and do commentary on it on camera with this camera here. And the other thing I am using is, and I'll kind of show you how this works. I have that cable I built. So it's got USB on one end and the AIO on the other end, or the Atari input out, or SIO, excuse me. So you just plug this in. It finds it. And I've set up this folder. Atari. And then I go into the RESPECT, RESPEQT Rev 4. And then I just load the RESPECT software. And then that loads up here. And I showed you in a previous video when I first tested this thing out, when I was using this file option, I was having some issues. So what I ended up doing, if I had multiple files, it would always default to whatever the top file was. So I found a workaround. I just made a separate folder for each file. So this Moon Patrol redo is actually kind of cool. They even have it's set up to use the Genesis controller with both buttons, which is pretty cool. One button to shoot, and the B button to shoot, and the C button to jump. Whereas in the original game, you had to push up to jump. So I don't know why redo number 4 is the best one. So I might just delete these. I just have them on there for now. Not all these work. I tried Ball Blazer and it kind of freezes up. The Boulder Dashes work, except for this CZ, which I'm not sure what that is. Breakout works, but the C64 Adventure does not work. So, and I have a lot more files. These are the, you have to have the, wait, well, oh, I'm in the wrong screen. So if you go into Atari Files and Boulder Dash, it is you have to add these 3 files, PicoDOS, PicoName, and SBoot, and your XEX file. So I had to copy these 3 files into all of these folders, and I kept them on the outside too, so it'd be easy to find, to copy and paste. And that's how I get it to work with that. So right now I have Load Runner, the original Broderbund diskette version loaded, which you load here to load a file, you press here to load a floppy disk image, and I have a bunch. And I don't think these Ball Blazers worked either, which is kind of annoying. But this only works with the ATR files. That, remember, I played Burger Chef. There's Burger Chef, But I'm just going to cancel this because I already have the game Load Runner loaded up. So, yeah, I've got my Dreamcast there. I have my cool police call box there. That's just an incense burner, but it looks like a skeletal hand. And up there is my Amiga 2000, which I will be working on pretty soon. Maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm a little, I don't know. I feel like I might have messed up my motherboard by desoldering that. When I desoldered the 68,000 socket, I got it a little bit hotter than it should have gotten, I think, and I scraped it a little bit, and I think I might have burned the pads off on certain pads. So I need to look into that. But that will be coming up. I will be attempting it. But for now, I just wanted to show off my current setup. This is how I share my files to my Atari. And then I plug my Atari up with that little USB thing. And then I can view it on the screen. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little section. And I will see you on the next presentation. Alright. Take care. So this is my composite capture card. This is my first attempt. Okay, this is my first attempt with the Sony PlayStation logo. As you can see, it's very dark, and the colors just don't look right. So I kind of tweak the colors a little bit, and then coming up, yes, this is after I cleaned up the colors, and it looks pretty good. It looks practically like it would on your TV. Maybe a little bit more saturation, because I did turn up my color saturation a little bit. I need to tweak my colors. This was my first attempt at using the ArcSoft software that comes with my capture card, and it looks a little washed out, and this is kind of sort of close to what it looks like when you look at it on a TV, but I wasn't super happy with it, so this is what I did. And actually, this video, this was like about a 20-minute video, and I played for about 20 minutes, and it looked fine on the screen, but then when I went back to view the footage, the audio sync kept getting off and off and off, like you would hear the sound way before you would see the action on the screen. So like I say, when I was playing it, I couldn't tell the difference, but when I watched the video, I could see that it's not linking up, and I do a few little cuts here. It's about a 20-minute video. I do about a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, and then I show advancing a few minutes, and then each time I advance, the audio sync gets worse and worse and worse. It's slower to respond. So as you can see here, you hear the noise before the actual bricks get demolished in front of me. And I can, it's almost synced, but you can tell it's starting to get out of sync here. So then, here's a couple minutes later, And oh, you heard that little blink noise. Yeah, it's getting more and more out of sync. So this ArcSoft software apparently isn't very good. So I'm just showing you what it looks like. I discovered this upon playback. I didn't realize it while I was recording. And then, like I say, I keep advancing it a little bit. And here coming up as another transition. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you heard me grab that thing like almost a second before you actually saw me do it. And then I run up the ladder. Yeah, it's totally off. And it keeps getting worse and worse and worse the longer that the recording goes. It's worse and worse and worse. And so I'm just going to keep showing the recording as it goes. I did a few little cuts here. Oh, and now look at this one. This is about maybe 10 minutes in. And the audio and video sync keep getting further and further apart. So I just wanted to show you there are some issues when you're trying to capture video from Composite if you don't have the right software. The software is not the best. It's just a little cheap software that came from this cheap Chinese. I bought this capture card from China. And then I jumped ahead a couple minutes, 3-4 minutes. It's getting even worse. As you watch it, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. I'm not even facing the right way when you hear the sound. I'm not even standing in the right position when you hear the sound. So this is a couple minutes later. It's getting worse, more and more out of sync. Yeah, this is like not good. This would not be good for streaming, and it's not even good for recording because it's way off. And that's a couple minutes later. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Like I said, this is about a 20-minute video. So that's the end of that. And then, okay, this, I believe, is the first time I was using OBS to record. The colors aren't quite right, and there's some weird audio, like thumping sound in the background. I hadn't quite figured it out yet. So that's what this video is about. I'm just showing you like the trials and tribulations of me trying to figure out this composite recording. So as you can see, everything is in sync again. Just it doesn't look that good. And here I did a little bit of color correction. It looks a little, maybe too much too much color there, but hey, at least the sync is working. So I like this. It's pretty cool. Sorry if you're hearing some background noise. My AC just kicked, or my heater just kicked in. So that's what that hum noise might be. So I can't remember exactly what I did here. I think I did a little bit more tweaking on the color correction. Maybe. But I'm also sort of showing off my gameplay. Got 4 dudes running after me in Load Runner. And I'm avoiding them quite well at the moment. So I've got to get out of this place. And then I just saw the guy, he dropped the last barrel up there in the little V in the little cave, or the ravine. So you gotta jump down there, grab that, bam. Now you can walk up the ladder and get out. Well, this is just a test to see if this will work. Using my cell phone as a webcam, basically, and also playing the game on the screen, and it is working, it seems. So this is my first attempt with OBS, with Droid Cam to OBS, and okay. Well, test number 2. Let's see how this works out. The first one I tried, the audio was a little glitchy, and so was the video because it was going over Wi-Fi. So then I had to do some more research and figure out how to connect my phone as a webcam over USB. So that's what I'm doing in this part of the video. Oh. And am I getting audio? And is it going to be all glitchy? Or will it work much better now? And thank goodness it is working much better now. Working. Getting talk. The working. Damn. So this is my desktop, and I'm going to show you a little bit about my setup here. I've got Vegas Pro as my editing program. I'm using OBS Studio, actually, even to record this audio right now. And I also use it to record my gameplay footage through my Composite cord. But I want to show you this other program that came with my USB capture card for Composite, and it doesn't have very many features. So this is what I started working with. So you go to capture, and you can do some very basic editing in this program, but I haven't really done that. You go to capture, Okay, but it's been used by another. But this is. See, that's strange. Why is this coming up here? The reason I say that's strange is because the reason I got that program was because I was supposed to be able to load it into OBS, and I could never get OBS to see it, but now I'm seeing it in this little generic program, which kind of tripped me out. Doesn't make any sense, but okay. Well, I can't even show you what I was trying to show you, because apparently it's in use by OBS. So this is Amarek TV. I just installed this last night. I haven't quite learned how to use it yet. I was trying to use this to capture video with, but I was capturing in some weird Okay, this is what I was trying to show in the other thing. So this is your basic video properties, your device settings for the USB capture device. So these settings, you can change a few things, but I figured out if I just keep this at default, because these settings are kind of, I don't know, they're hard to work with. So what I do, I just leave this at default, and then I use OBS's color correction settings to fix it. So here, I don't know, the sound is a little off. Testing, recording, testing, recording. Testing, recording, and then testing, the sound recording. Is a little scratchy here. I don't know what's going on. Then that sounds awful again. And then here we go. Apparently I figured it out. But as you see, the video is not synced. I can hear the audio from the video, but you can't see the video. So then I go into OBS and fiddle with some settings and kind of figure it out. And then, amazingly, it finally starts working. Yay! Here we go. Of course I get killed instantly because I wasn't quite prepared, but then I'll try number 2. Here we go. I'm killing it. Hi, thank you for coming along on my journey. I really appreciate it. I know this is YouTube. You could be watching anything. I've said this a few videos back. There's a bazillion videos on YouTube. You could be watching anything. And you chose to watch me, so I really appreciate it. I appreciate my audience. Thank you for liking me. Thank you for subscribing to my video. And thanks for coming along on my journey, because that's what this is. This is a journey. I learn new things. Every time I put out a video, I learn something new. And I love it. I enjoy this. And it's my pleasure to offer this video to you, and I hope it's your pleasure to watch it. So thank you for coming along, and I really appreciate you. And you have a great time, and thank you so much for joining. All right. Take care.